Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. In this video, we're going to take a look at the Bitcoin chart and the Cardano chart. We start straight away with Bitcoin. Bitcoin in this correction still really getting closer to a key tipping point, which divides my two scenarios. My primary scenario would still be that we are coming down here. Yeah, pretty much not in a straight line, of course. It will also be up and down. But this is still my primary scenario until we break this ascending trend line here. This is also one of the Fibonacci retracement levels above which the current primary expectation wave count would be, at least become much less likely. So the idea currently is that we are still here in a wave 4, or maybe we completed already that wave 4 and are already on our way here in this wave 5. So that wave 5 is part of a larger degree wave 2. Yeah, so the all-time high here of Bitcoin was a wave 1. We've then started a correction in A, B, C, and we are in this wave 2. But within the wave 2, again, you've got several subwaves. Within that wave 2, we could be in the 4th, or maybe completed that, and the next one will then be that 5th wave, which would complete that correction, complete that sell-off. But this is only my primary expectation until we break above 46.5K. And if we break above 46.5K, that is for me actually the last confirmation that we are back in a bull run. I mean, not to new all-time highs. For me, the correction hasn't finished yet. I have to be very clear about that. We need to make a lower low here. We need to come below the wave A. That would be therefore my price area between 29 and 20K. But yeah, there are different scenarios, and the scenario would then become much more likely that this here is actually a wave B to the upside if we break above 46.5K. And if it is a wave B, we can get to higher levels. As I said before, this was actually my primary expectation when we came down here on the 4th of December, that we would see a wave B. Yeah, because I did expect a more a stronger counter reaction to the upside. That would have then been a wave B, a year-end rally. But what I probably didn't account for, or I don't know, maybe it was just coincidence, obviously the year-end volume was fairly low. There was little investment. The whole period in the end of December was really boring, and only in January it then started to move again. But yeah, maybe that wave B is coming now, and if it is a wave B, what could that mean? So let's take a look first at the Fibonacci levels. If it is a wave B, we could get here into an area of, I mark you that area. So at least 51K, that's the 0.5 fib level. Most likely the 61.8% fib level, that would be 55K, but we can get all the way up to 65K. And we have to see here where we find resistance and so on. And this is an area, or these are 4 areas where profits could be taken at 51K, 55K, 61 and 65K. Yeah, so I always, when I open a long trade, like a short-term long trade, yeah, then I would take profits in stages. Yeah, I don't close the position altogether. I normally take profits in stages, and these would then be my stages here. But I probably wouldn't start at 51K. For me, the profits would be too low. Yeah, but yeah, let's so this is the area. So I would personally, if we break above 46.5K, we could get at least to 51K. That's the message. But 51K, let's just go and start from the ideal range. So 55K. Why? Because what we could be forming here at the moment could be an inverse head and shoulder. So if I go to the 4-hour chart, you see that much clearer, that we could be forming really here some sort of a inverse head and shoulders. No, you actually don't see it that well on the 4-hour chart. Let me just go maybe better on the daily then. Yeah, maybe better on the daily. So what we see here on the daily is this potential inverse head and shoulders. So if we take the brush here, just to show you, we've got the left shoulder here, we've got the head, and we've got a right shoulder. Okay, and if we take the length or the height of that head, yeah, and add it to the potential breakout point, which would be here at 44.5K. Yeah, at least that is where currently the resistance line is. Where would that take us? Coincidence. That would take us pretty much here very close to the 0.618 fib level at 55K. Confluence of factors here, and this makes it more likely that such a level gets reached. So you've got, first of all, the technical target of the inverse head and shoulders, and you've got the fib level here. at 55k, the most likely one, the 0.618 fib level. So I think this is certainly a level where we could get to. Now, what do I do? Because obviously my primary expectation is that prices go down. How do I prepare for it and whatever? So as I told you many times, below 40k, I started to dollar cost average in, not without reason. Got my reasons. My reasons were that there is an alternative scenario and we can never be sure where the price is heading. And let me just be clear, in this alternative scenario where we would go up in a wave B, after that, we would come down into the target area. Yeah, it has to be the primary expectation that we come down once more, because we haven't really completed the correction yet. There is no clean cut. We have to have that higher low, that lower high, no, the lower low. Yeah, so we have to have it. All right, but what do I do? So of course I already opened my long position below 40k, happy with that, in profit. Now I will enter a short trade if we really break above that 46.5k. So what I would want to see, I would want the price, yeah, to do something like this. So break this white line here, the 46.5k level. I would want a retest. Without a retest, I probably wouldn't open the long position. I would want to retest, a successful retest of that support line. If that retest is successful and I see the daily candle close above that line, I will enter a long position. And that long position will remain open, I think, until we reach 65k. But I will take profits at 55k, 61k, and 65k. So that is what I would do. Yeah, I mentioned that now because I might not be able to make a video while this is happening. That might be quick, you know, but probably I will be able to make a video. But nevertheless, I want to make you aware that I will enter a long position above that level, because it would for me be a confirmation that the alternative scenario gets much more likely. No promise it's going to work out. There is never a promise. For everybody who doesn't want to take the risk or wants to limit the risk, of course, you could set a stop loss. Where to set a stop loss is up to you. I can't tell you that really, because that is a highly individual decision as well, how much risk you want to take and so on. Personally, I will not use a stop loss because in the worst case, if it doesn't work out, this will go into my HODL portfolio. That is not a problem for me. A personal decision also for tax reasons that I will not want to close my position at a loss here. But yeah, this is what I'm going to do. So I'm looking forward to that, and therefore, you know, I am prepared for both scenarios. And if you've been following my channel, you should be as well, which is great. Looking at Cardano, there is no move since my last video, 0%. Looks strange. Don't know if Cardano is frozen actually. Maybe let me just refresh that, but I think it really hasn't really moved. So maybe in that case, there isn't really a lot of new stuff to talk about. No, it's very strange. So just moving sideways here today, the daily candle hasn't really moved. Again, I think it waits for what Bitcoin is doing. And if I look on the 4-hour chart here, we have broken, as I said, we have broken out of that descending wedge. And if I zoom in, you see here potentially a bull flag. Yes, it's a small one, but what we've done, we've moved up. We're now consolidating because the RSI, at least here on the 4-hour chart, went up quite a bit, moving sideways now. It was not overbought yet, but I guess here on the daily, it was overbought. Yeah, and then you saw a bearish divergence. So it's correcting down that RSI. You see sideways movement here. Yeah, it is consolidating here sideways at the moment. So that could become a pattern where we break out of to the upside. At the moment, it's looking a little bit like a triangle pattern. You can see that here. So which is rather neutral pattern. But if you come from below, you could say it might more likely than not break to the upside. But it's only a small pattern, to be honest, nothing too crazy. My view is here that it will move with Bitcoin anyway. And Cardano is really, I mean, we have to say just objectively, it's not moving at all here. Not a very exciting chart at the moment. It's back above the 61.8% fib level at 69 cents, which is positive. No, 96 cents, which is positive. And Cardano at any point in time could also have the correction completed. Yeah, I did say that before, because Cardano did already reach my first target area. It did complete a minimum requirements of a correction. But as it did go through my first target area, the second target area became very likely. Now we haven't reached it yet. Again, my primary expectation would still be that we reach it here between 55 and 30 cents. But to be fair, that also now depends on pretty much which scenario Bitcoin is going to choose. If Bitcoin is doing its imminent sell-off, which I would still primarily expect, then Cardano will pretty surely also move down here into that target area. If Bitcoin though does a breakout above 46.5k, then we can expect Cardano also to break out of this descending channel within which it has been for a while. And then in the first instance, we could move here to 125 and then 162, that wave 4 high here. That's my view here on Bitcoin and Cardano. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. As always, if you really like the content, maybe check out the channel membership. You can see my buy and sell orders. You can see my hodl portfolio. You can see all sorts of different stuff, different content on Discord, and you can access the Telegram live chat and the a weekly live stream as well. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.